Welcome back, Truth Seeker. It is Friday, December 2nd, 2022. This morning, in the headlines, Alex Jones files for bankruptcy. Also this morning, Elon Musk suspends Kanye West from Twitter. And of course, just yesterday, he did his interview with Alex Jones where he allowed Alex Jones to use his account and put out a tweet. And Elon Musk recently decided that Alex Jones would remain suspended on Twitter. Again, so much for free speech. Gaylord Perry, who won a Cy Young in the American League and National League, died yesterday. Did cover this yesterday on the website. We'll talk about it in this stream. Talk about the significance of him dying at age 84 on the 78th day of his age. Also dead in the news breaking yesterday, former NFL player and actor Brad William Henke, dead at age 56. And also yesterday in the news, we talked about the death of the Green Power Ranger, supposedly from suicide at age 49. Yesterday, December 1st, his wife came out and said that it was a suicide, which has been a big pattern from the start of the year up through the present. And I did cover the death of John Hadel the other day, the Major 83 ritual, the former NFL and Kansas athlete, NFL star and Kansas athlete, I should say. But the one thing I forgot to mention in that stream is that he's from Lawrence, Kansas, and he died right after Lawrence Day. In the NFL, the Sunday games fell on Lawrence Day, and one of the big upsets of that day was Trevor Lawrence upsetting the Ravens. We'll also talk about why Biden and Macron met yesterday. Again, Jesuit Joe with the leader of France, where the Jesuits are originally from. The ritual couldn't have been any more perfect. All day we got to hear about how much, the dinner was going to cost and all the fancy food that would be there. And it really is just sick to witness this, knowing that we're paying for this. We get to pay for these fat cats to eat, $1,000 plates of food on the taxpayer dime. And again, just these lying frauds ruling over us. And seemingly very few people care. Also, today Joe Biden signed what they're calling the bill to avert the railroad strike. And I mean, just understand what's being done, you guys. There's not that many railroad workers in the country. They're already some of the best paid jobs in the country. Again, try to get a job for the railroad. Maybe right now you can because nobody's working, but that's always been a very hard job to get because it's not a very difficult job. It pays very well. And again, just by the numbers, they needed a 24% pay raise by 2024. And today is 78 days after the interim deal was agreed to that Biden signs off. And of course, Jesuit is 78, like railroad 78. And Joe Biden took office at age 78. And he's saying, look at me, I saved a huge crisis. All this is going to do by raising freight costs 24%, it's just going to make things even more expensive for us. Again, these are all the ways they manipulate us. And then meanwhile, these politicians celebrate it like they've done something great. Again, the unions, the government, all of these things are elements of the club that work together to manipulate society and keep wealth in certain people's pockets while the rest of us struggle. So, yeah, this great thing that they've averted is just going to, almost everything either comes on trucks, which are paying huge diesel rates, also being manufactured, or through freight or both. This is just going to be, consider 24% cost more for rail. Expect to see that in all the consumer products that travel on rail by 2024. All part of the Agenda 2030, Agenda 21 plan. But okay, let's go back here and start with Alex Jones. I've been talking about the significance of Alex Jones and him being born on the 42nd day of the year and what this number means to his scripted, personality on the world stage, if you will, 42. So notice, again, he's born February 11th, the 42nd day of the year. Today, December 2nd, he files for bankruptcy. How many days is it from his birthday, or I should say how many weeks? It's exactly 42 weeks from his birthday. What does InfoWars equal? 42. Mr. InfoWars. And notice how in Gematria, You run the alphabetic order forwards, Freemason is 42. You run it in reverse, Freemason is 48. Modern Freemasonry creation of the Jesuits. Notice how the word Jesuit is 42. He broadcasts out of Austin, Austin 42. Modern Freemasonry, again, created by the Jesuits. The Jesuit Adam Weishaupt created the Illuminati with intentions of infiltrating government, education, Freemasonry. Notice the word Illuminati is also 48. Again, Alex Jones is 48 years old right now. The name Alex Jones also equals 48. And with regards to info wars and rumors of war right now, notice how World War has that gematria 42 and 48. Notice how the name Alex, again, if you're new here, gematria, alphabetic order with numerology, reverse alphabetic order with numerology. Alex and war are the exact same in 3 out of the 4 ciphers. And go back to November 15th. Remember what happened? We had rumors of World War III breaking out that day because of the missile that landed in Poland that first was blamed on Russia, and the CIA came out and confirmed that it was Russian, and then the next day they said, oh, never mind, it's Ukrainian, and it's part of their anti-missile defense system, and so really it's Russia's fault. But remember, it was on the 15th of the month. It was exactly 39 days after Putin's birthday, and Poland was invaded in 1939 by Hitler, who Putin's being compared to. And at the beginning of the year, on March 9th, 39, we sent missile systems to Poland. And then with regards to 42, the incident on the 15th, not only was it 39 days after Putin's birthday, it was exactly 42 weeks after Zelensky's birthday. All numbers that have to do with war. World War II began in 39. America sent its first troops to the war in 42. There's a reason. And isn't it just so funny that Alex Jones happens to be this age, 48, as all these things are transpiring in the world? And again, that's because he's a chosen puppet, placed in there, and that's why his life continues to unfold perfectly by the numbers. Everything about Alex Jones, by the numbers. Just another character on the world stage. Also, keep in mind, Alex Jones' name is 33 forwards, 48 in reverse. When you add the divisors of 33, they equal 48. That's 1, 3, 11, 33. Numbers that go together. Alex Jones, Masonry, Secrecy, Order, Federal, they're all 33. And also, just with regards to today being December 2nd and his birthday being February 11th, 211, 12/2, look at his full name in Gematria. Alexander Emmerich Jones, 211, also 122. Perfect news by the numbers. Let's not forget he was born in 74, a number I talk about almost every day. Masonic, occult, English, Gematria, energy, and the list goes on. And for those of you guys who tuned in to watch Alex Jones and Kanye West, I actually took the time to, I think it was a little bit more than 3 hours long. I had it playing all this morning in the background while I was working. It's the first time I've ever watched an entire broadcast to Alex Jones. And just what stood out to me are the names that were brought up. Of course, Alex Jones, Nick Fuentes, Owen Benjamin. These are the names that have co-opted the truth community, and so many people are fooled by these channels. So many people think Owen Benjamin's the real deal. So many people think Nick Fuentes is the real deal. So many people think Alex Jones is the real deal. Yet, when you're aware of this knowledge, you realize every time these guys are in the media, it's by the code. And where does Owen Benjamin come from? From Hollywood. And he gets labeled as an anti-Semite when he's half Jewish. And, Nick Fuentes, again, Catholic, and who knows what the other half of him is, but again, that's who runs the world, the Jesuits, the Catholic-Jewish Alliance. And yeah, for years I've been telling you guys, it's so obvious how you can see through these people if you have this simple knowledge. Their lives wouldn't roll out perfectly by the code. They wouldn't be featured in news stories by the code over and over, their names promoted, And you can't say, well, they're getting censored. They're getting a lot of attention. There was an article 3 years ago about how Nick Fuentes had raised like $500,000 on YouTube in a very short period of time, Again, these people are in a club that other people on YouTube who are trying to get out information aren't. You know, it's better to be censored in the way they are, where they get national headlines and then they get propped up on a new platform, than the way, say, somebody like me's censored, where I'm buried in the algorithm. Nobody can even get a notification. You know, I do get deleted all the time and I have to come back, but it would be better to get name recognition, because then that's how people hear about you. And that's why people know all these names. Owen Benjamin, Nick Fuentes, Alex Jones. They get name recognition regularly in the mainstream. And let's not forget that Owen Benjamin also made fun of Gematria. Just another guy who came out and said how stupid it was. If I remember right, he did that on the 74th day of the year too. Just like how Gematria is 74 in English. Just like how Comedy Central made fun of Gematria by the numbers earlier this year. But also, with regards to what Alex Jones is known for, conspiracy, right? Remember, on October 12th, he was supposedly made to pay $1 billion. October 12th to today, December 2nd, 51 days later, conspiracy 51, tinfoil hat 51, again, the derogatory term that's associated with conspiracy. And again, when you think conspiracy, you probably think of Area 51. Again, when I first found Gematria in 2013, I saw that, it blew my mind. I was like, wow. I mean, I made, back then I used to make short videos about everything. And I said, isn't that interesting? Conspiracy, tinfoil hat, they both equal 51, like Area 51. We've documented a million things like this before. Remember Gretchen Whitmer in Michigan. On her 51st birthday, what happened? The guys that were stalking her were found guilty of conspiracy on her 51st birthday. So now here's Alex Jones filing for bankruptcy for putting out bad conspiracy theories about Sandy Hook 51 days later. And keep in mind, it's over the mass shooting, which is another 51. And then adding insult to injury, today, the day he does it, has 56 date numerology. Again, Jesuits and Masons. Society of Jesus equals 56. Freemasons, the plural, is 56. Just like Washington, D.C. is 56, where they're both large and in charge. And then with regards to Sandy Hook and 56, again, let's not forget this story right here. We'll bring in where 56 matters, but a recent story from COVID. A first responder to the Sandy Hook shootings has died of COVID-19. They had to show him with his dog next to the license plate with only 56 showing. And again, Society of Jesus has that Gematria 56, as does Adam Peter Lanza, the Sandy Hook shooter. Sandy Hook was established in 1956, and the shooting was in 2012, 56 years later. And again, there's a lot more to say about all this, like why they said Adam Lanza weighed 112 pounds and Sandy Hook's 112. And think about the day Alex Jones was found guilty and made to pay $1 billion on October 12th, 1012, the same 112 sequence. Plus, there was 1112 coded all over that case. But yeah, just them even bringing this into coronavirus. COVID vaccine, coronavirus, Society of Jesus, all 56. The vaccine went live for COVID in the U.S. on December 14th, the anniversary of the Sandy Hook shooting. Different type of shots. A year later, Steph Curry sets the three-point record, surpassing the Connecticut product, Ray Allen, on the anniversary of Sandy Hook. Different type of shots. Sandy Hook in Connecticut, Ray Allen played at UConn. If you spell out 3 as a word, it equals 56 three-point shots. It was at the same time Bill de Blasio, who was the mayor of New York, where Steph Curry set the record. Same time Bill de Blasio was telling New York to go out and get their third shot as Curry hits the three-point record. As we continue to show you how all of this world of entertainment, it's all on the same stage, all being scripted together. News, sports, politics. And a lot of people won't accept it because they'll say, I don't understand how it could be possible. And again, it's just like the same person could never explain how a cell phone works or how a computer works or an internet connection or pretty much any of the technology we have. And if they couldn't see the technology, they would never believe that any of it existed. But because it's here in their hand, then they're like, well, even though I don't understand it, it's real. They should be able to do the same thing with this information that they can't wrap their mind around, because we're shown it every day. It's obviously real. So, okay. And then Elon Musk suspending Kanye West. Again, I continue to show you that Elon Musk is a Jesuit puppet. He just did a big Jesuit ritual with bringing back Trump. His whole purchase of Twitter was a huge Jesuit ritual. The day he was declared the richest man in the world was on the anniversary of the death of Nikola Tesla. We're going to talk about this number in a moment with Gaylord Perry dying at age 84 on the 78th day of his age. But you see where Jesuit is 78, so is Tesla. Again, Elon Musk was declared the richest man in the world on the 78-year anniversary of the death of Tesla. And huge number with the Jesuits, 177. Today's 177 days after Kanye's birthday, and he's suspended. And yesterday would have been 176 days after his birthday, but also his 177th day of his age. So the 177 was there as well. And they're saying he was suspended for the activities of what he posted yesterday in relation to while he was on the Alex Jones show. So, again, if you write out the Jesuit order, it's 177 forwards, 201 in reverse. Who was the main host of event 201? Klaus Schwab, who's a Jesuit. 177, right? Again, look what they did with Captain Tom in the UK. He's knighted on July 17th, 17/7. He dies 201 days later. And he was known for the Burma campaign, which is another 56. And he died 56 days. See how Burma campaign's 56? 79, like Society of Jesus. He died 56 days after Maggie Keenan became the first vaccinated person in the world for COVID, where COVID vaccine and coronavirus are 56 in the same cipher. But he also died one day after Burma's military overthrew its government on February 1st in the year 21. Jesuit 21, Army 21, War 21. I predicted on January 1st, 21, there'd be some major war military-related rituals in 21, in connection to 21, and then turned out Burma's makeshift government that was overthrown was established on September 27th in history, the day the Jesuits are recognized by Rome. Again, the Jesuit order equals 177, so does New World Order. The Jesuits are Catholic and Jewish. And just with Elon Musk carrying on the tradition of censorship, remember his $54 per share offer for Twitter was on April 14th, 14/4, the anniversary of the sinking of Titanic, the death of Lincoln. Censorship has that 54,144, $54 per share on 14/4. Jesuit order is 144.54. When he unbanned Trump, it was 144 days from his birthday. And for the person who's saying, well, now you're doing Jesuit order, and before you're writing the Jesuit order, again, pay attention. They use these numbers systematically in these rituals. You can see it all goes back to the Jesuits. So we're only uncovering the way they do their rituals. And again, just watch the whole big joke process with Elon Musk. He made his purchase offer for Twitter on the 115th day of the year while he had 115 followers on Twitter. And then 74 days later, he wanted out of the deal, and so on and so forth. Okay, so Gaylord Perry, two-time Cy Young winner in both leagues. Notice he won his second Cy Young in 78. He won his first in 72. It's interesting because, again, Jesuit order is 72, Jesuit is 78, right? And then he ends up dead on his 78th day of being 84 years old. And for the record, he won his first one with Cleveland. But anyhow, Cleveland's also 78. But notice how Wikipedia put in this picture of him with the Rangers in 77. So he died 77 days after his birthday, but you could also say he died on his 78th day of his age, right? And notice that he was born in North Carolina and died in South Carolina. North Carolina 77, South Carolina 78, right? Dead 77 days after his birthday or his 78th day of his age. Either way is fine. And with regards to the 77 thing, he also played in 777 career games. And the team that he finished with was the Royals. Gaylord Perry finished his career at the Royals. And from the anniversary of his last Major League Baseball game, which was the 21st of September, to his death was 71 days later. Royals 71. You might recall Princess Diana's death, how it was synced with the Queen, while the Queen was 71 years old. He also died 33 weeks after his MLB debut anniversary, which was April 14th, 14/4, Jesuit Order 144, just come out. So he died 33 weeks after that and 60 years later. And again, we're talking about the Jesuit order 60 and 33. 60 years later and 33 weeks. So, and again, it's just, I mean, it could be trolls, but I hope it's just trolls and just paid for agents. But I just noticed when I first posted to the stream that it was going to start later, one of the first comments left was like, "Oh, great, covering all the old people deaths again. How stupid," or something like that. It's like, just because somebody's 84 years old doesn't mean that they needed to die the day they did. You know? And again, case in point, John Hadel. No one's going to question his death either. Dead at 83, dead at age 82, which means he died in his 83rd year of life. And again, he died 83 days after the NFL season began. Hadel, his surname has GematriaEffectNews, as does his full name, John Willard Hadel. Football murder. And again, he's from Lawrence, Kansas, and dies right after Lawrence Day in the NFL, where Trevor Lawrence upsets. And again, he's from Kansas. Kansas just won the 83rd March Madness. Again, after the first round of games, I told everybody in the community that follows me on Patreon, I said, put in a bet for Kansas to win. They still had 5-1 odds to win. Good payout. They were the only team that scored 83 points in the opening round. They beat Texas Southern in the opening round 83-56. And notice, right before John Hadel died, their last game, Kansas, they beat Texas Southern again. And again, we talked about this the other day. They scored 47 in the second half on 11-28. Beast Day, 11-27, or 11-28 is the 47th triangular number, like how both teams became 4-7 on Monday Night Football that day. 87 points in the game, number of the beast, 87. Scripted sports, to the point. Technology to ensure outcomes. But yeah, Lawrence, Kansas. Trevor Lawrence, the upset. Dead right after. I mean, who cares? He was 83 years old. Well, you know, for all the people who leave that comment, I hope that somebody, like seriously, I hope somebody just comes and kills you when you're older. And then, you know, you'll get exactly what you had coming to you. John Hadel might have lived to be nearly 100 years old. But yeah, just all the idiots who come by and leave these kind of comments, you guys are essentially complicit with the murders. There is an organic side to the code, but this stuff's too perfect every single day. You know, sometimes things do line up. There is synchronicity, but this stuff is just so perfect. Every year, sports championship comes around. Oh, look who's dead. Somebody connected to the team. It's just like clockwork, year after year. And again, you got the world elite making songs about murder by numbers, how killing's this fun thing to do. Once you get your first kill, you got a taste for more and more. Putting out the song in 83 like Murder's 83. Okay. Now, somebody who's a little bit younger, dead at 56, Brad William Henke. Here's what stands out about him. His biggest acting role was in the show Orange is the New Black. And he died November 29th. That's the day. If you count that day through December 31st, those are the last 33 days of the year. The last 33 days. He was drafted in the NFL in 1989, 33 years ago. Orange equals 33. They said he died in his sleep. What that reminds me of is the 33-day Pope who also died in his sleep. They're saying they don't know why he died right now. So common when these celebrities die prematurely. They don't know what caused him. He went to bed that night and he died. 33-day Pope died in his sleep. Vatican rules, no autopsies. A lot of people think that Pope was killed with arsenic, the 33rd element on the periodic table. And again, a lot of authors have written about how the Jesuits like to kill with arsenic because it's almost traceless. If you didn't look, you'd think the person died from some kind of severe flu. some kind of quick, severe illness. But arsenic's 33, going with the 33rd element on the table, going with this guy being drafted 33 years earlier. And then notice he was the 105th pick of the draft in 89. And orange is the new black also happens to equal 105, which is the 14th triangular number. Last night, Bill Belichick picked up a big fat 105 versus the Bills. And there's been a lot of 14 with the Bills season after the shooting on May 14th. But anyhow, orange is the new black, 84, 105. Masonry has the 105, 84, 33 in it. American football is credited to the Mason Walter Camp, who also went to Yale Skull and Bones, another powerful secret society. And the news broke after his death on December 1st, 121, blood sacrifice 121. Yesterday, they also put out the statement by Jason David Frank's wife saying that, yes, he did commit suicide. And for some people, that'll be all the proof they need in the world that it was a suicide. Again, what stood out to me is he was the Green Power Ranger. We've been talking about all year about Green in 49. He's dead at 49. Here, just to remind you guys about this, Green in the most simple cipher is 49. The movie Soylent Green came out in 73, the same year he was born, and that movie's set in 2022. All year they've been doing these rituals with Green in 49, like Roe vs. Wade getting overturned 49 years later, also established in 73. And all the pro-choice protesters who are upset wearing the green t-shirts with the heart on it. And again, the heart chakra is green. But Green is 49. His character name in the show, Tommy's 49. He began that character in 94. Jason David Frank, 94, the reflection of 49. And notice, just look at CNN's post time for their article about it. 9:49. 9:49 they post out about the death, supposedly from suicide, of the Green Power Ranger at 49. Yeah, I did cover, I guess we covered this in real time the day the news broke, because I was streaming about other things and the news broke, so we covered that in real time in the stream. We went back and looked at the other death of the Power Ranger from a few years back. Pua. Also very much by the numbers. So common in Hollywood. So. And again, I mean, well, we don't know about his relationship with his wife, who comes out and says he committed suicide. Had she moved on? Is there somebody else? Did she want his money? It wouldn't be the first time a spouse got rid of another spouse or was complicit in it. So maybe he'd been cheating and now she wanted revenge. I'll tell you what, sweet ladies, I guarantee you, if I cheated on Sweet Lady, she would want me dead. And that's why we understand each other, right? So I have no reason to cheat on Sweet Lady, but I'm just saying, I know that if I cheated on Sweet Lady, her mind would be like that. She would hope that I would die. She's made that very clear. Don't ever cheat on me, I will kill you. And I believe her. But anyway. Also, moving on in the news. Biden and Macron used this phrase yesterday on December 1st, Putin's war on the rest of the world. This was emphasized in headlines. If you watch CNN, they had it up on the screen. Macron and Putin say they will get justice for this war on the rest of the world. That's how they phrased it. War on the rest of the world. Here, let me get it right here. U.S. President Joe Biden noted that he and French President Emmanuel Macron are determined to hold Russian President Vladimir Putin accountable for his war on the rest of the world. Okay, we know what this really is. It's the Jesuit power structure, and this was all part of the execution of achieving the goals of Agenda 21 and 2030, driving up energy costs, reducing consumption, and everything else that's coming out of it. But war on the rest of the world, 112. Just like how the Jesuits operate in 112 countries. I was making the same point about this. I'll just pull this post back up here. Again, Sandy Hook, which is a huge Jesuit operation where they had to write that Adam Lanza weighed 112 pounds everywhere. Again, Sandy Hook 112. Adam Lanza born on April 22nd, the 112th day of the year. His initials AL, A the first letter, 1 the 12th. The Jesuits operate in 112 nations. They're from France, like Macron. DC, laid out by the French Freemason Les Enfants. Again, modern Freemasonry, a Jesuit creation. But war on the rest of the world, 112. Their phrasing for the date they're meeting, 1/12, where they're having this very expensive dinner. They're talking about how they flew in these lobsters from some exotic place that has the best lobster. I mean, it's just sickening, you know? It's sickening. It's sickening that we have to pay taxes to this government. Like, what? The salaries these people get, I think that's also the way government should be. I think all positions should be unpaid in government. You should do it out of, like, you have time in your schedule and you want it to be civic duty. You shouldn't even get a salary, as far as I'm concerned, in government. You should minimize the cost to the people you rule over as much as possible. But then on top of that, we got to pay for lobsters to be shipped 1,000 miles by plane and all the other stuff that came there. I mean, what a joke. As they come and blame it on Putin, who's just another one of these Jesuit puppets. That's why Biden and Putin met in the huge Jesuit ritual last year on Pearl Harbor Day. But yeah, again, all these fat cats, you know, they play their games. At the end of the day, none of them participate in the war. It's the people of these nations. But the other thing about this was from the day that Russia went into Ukraine, February 22nd, which we predicted before it happened. From that day to this meeting was the 283rd day of Russia being in Ukraine, which is the 61st prime number. And again, Washington, D.C., 61. The Jesuits are the Society of Jesus. Jesus equals 61. Cross, 61. Christian, 61. Christmas, 61. Church, 61. 61's the 18th prime. IHS, the letters in the Jesuit logo, equal 18. The word sun equals 18. Their logo's the sun. Jesus, the Son of God. The Catholic Church, celebrating the sun's birthday in the sky since 274 AD. IHS stands for Isus Hominum Salvator, which equals 274 forwards. 266 when you run it in reverse, like Pope Francis is the first Jesuit pope, and the 266th Pope Francis, like the Jesuits are from France, like Macron. And again, what day was Pope Francis in D.C.? Next to Biden's wingman, Obama. He was there on the 266th day of the year, September 23rd, 2015. But let's also not forget that Washington, D.C. also equals 56 and 187 like Society of Jesus, and 56 like Pope. And if you run Pope the other way, it's 52 like the weeks in the year for the calendar named after him. But yeah, I mean, this stuff is just so gross. It's just so gross to just watch them get away with their rituals. And then, you know, I guess the even grosser part is the average person who's looking for answers. They're going to Alex Jones, Owen Benjamin, who makes fun of this information. I don't know what that kid is anymore. Nick Fuentes. Obviously, he's changed because 3 years ago, when he was getting attention, he was saying he wanted America to be all white. He was talking about how he likes white people. They're safer. They're less dangerous. It shows about how black people are always killing each other. And now he's Kanye West wingman. So I'm just like, okay, well, I guess his handlers have told him to go a different direction. I don't know if we can call him a white supremacist anymore. I guess that was just the past when he was 19 years old. And why are people watching a 19-year-old anyway? Who's going to... That's just what's maddening. It's like, God, how many adults out there are now being driven from Owen Benjamin? Why is Kanye West repping Nick Fuentes and Owen Benjamin? Owen Benjamin likes to get on his keyboard and just say the N-word as much as he can. It's like, God, I mean... Kanye West does sound like he's on all kinds of medication, too. That guy is not right in the head right now, but it's like, okay, so now they got him, like, aligning with the white racists in the YouTube truth community who have left YouTube, but again, that's what Nick Fuentes and Owen Benjamin both are. It's like, man, that's who's getting repped? God. Okay. But yeah, it's just annoying, man. I mean, it's so obvious these people are operatives, and then the people who are worshiping these people, they're coming here and making fun of this work, as this work proves itself in spades every day. But I guess that's the problem with low intellect, right? People can't see the truth. It's just, they'd rather watch a guy sing songs and play his keyboard and keep saying the N-word over and over. Joe Pesci's in the headlines. You better be careful. A lot of the Goodfellas cast has died by the numbers in the past year. Remembers what they did with Ray Liotta, syncing it up with the baseball game and the Field of Dreams game and the Goodfellas movie, and then the other Goodfellas actor died right after that. But yeah, just one more time about Biden signing off today, just with regards to 78 again. Big theme in this post. Today is 78 days after the tentative deal was agreed to on September 15th. Biden took office at age 78. He's Jesuit Joe. Again, Jesuit equals 78. So does railroad. So does order out of chaos. And again, all these false victories that they prop up. No doubt the union, which is controlled by the same types of people, all of a sudden they need a pay raise or they're going on strike. It's just like, God, can we look at all the positions and the average salary? I mean, the average railroad worker makes a lot better than almost every transportation-related position there is. So it might be a boring job unless you like traveling the tracks back and forth, but it's not a difficult job and it already pays well. Again, understand this is all about just raising the cost of goods because everything is traveling on trains and semis. This is just a way to make stuff even more expensive. So, all right. Let me say thank you to the super chatter. I see we raised $4.99. By the way, Dane Calloway called me last night. He wants to do our recording today. He doesn't live stream anymore because he said it gets his channel in trouble. So he'll record, and he says if he has to edit out anything, he will let me know. But I have been talking to Dane Calloway behind the scenes, and apparently he has a go-to person at YouTube that helps him out. And they gave him the full list of words that you cannot say that the algorithm will pick up that will instantly demonetize your value or demonetize your video. And yeah, so anyway, he's got a family to feed and he's all about averting the censorship and the algorithm, so he knows the cheat sheet. I'm trying to get him to give me the list of words he has. I'd like to see all what's on it. I know, for example, you can't say coronavirus because anytime you say that word in a video, it's over. Your video is. It's just funny. I mean, you could say coronavirus is super serious. Make sure you go out and get your COVID vaccine. And I think even that they just don't even want you to say it. But thank you to vsalter78. Hey, talk about. I think talking about 78 so much must have provoked vsalters78 to donate. I do appreciate that, vsalters. Thank you. And also shout out to Sarah Sutherland, of course, who chipped in on the Cash App. Do appreciate it. But yeah, from last night's stream, I did call Best Buy to see if they had that Bose speaker. And unfortunately, they do not have it in stock, but they said they could get it next week by December 8th. Then I'd have to pick it up and charge it up. That's a week from yesterday. The thing is, I'm just like, it's like, God, I feel like going to University of Idaho is right now and not a week from now. Charm One, she said, just go there and pass out flyers. I could do that. It's just, I feel like you want to get the audience and get people listening before you pass out the flyers too. I feel like it all goes together. It's like a package deal. But yeah, I don't see a lot of people that are really enthused about me going to University of Idaho. And again, doesn't seem like any students have chimed in or left a comment. So yeah, I mean, I've just traveled a lot this year, and I'd like to travel more, but it just doesn't seem like it's doing anything for gaining support or helping spread the work. So, yeah, if I end up doing it, it won't end up being today. It would end up being tomorrow. It's supposed to be sunny there tomorrow, so I think it might be the better day. But yeah, I'll have to do it without the speaker if I decide to do it. But yeah, I don't know. I just didn't feel like a lot of you guys were that enthused about it. And again, I mean, it's just like we've done some pretty awesome things this year getting out there, from Oklahoma City to Buffalo to New York to all the other cities we hit to what I did at that Seattle March for Our Lives rally. And again, there hasn't really been much enthusiasm for any of it. So, yeah, I don't know what to do. I mean, I think I have been sticking on YouTube, you guys, but I think I got to figure out another way to get another platform where I'm reaching people, because I think the reality is I appreciate all you guys who are here, but I don't think we're able to reach new audience. And, Charm One left a nice comment yesterday, and she said, there were 2 new people here yesterday. Oh, wow, 2 new people. Man, at that rate, we might wake up the world in a million years. But, yeah, again, 2 new people is not doing anything for me. That's sad. Had this been 2016, there probably would have been 10,000 new people in that video. And that's what we need, not 2 new people. So, anyway. I don't even know how to say the Balenciaga or whatever it is, but realize that news broke on 11/28. 11/28, the 47th triangular number, France 47. Its headquarters are in France. What was it last year on 11/28? Last year it was Virgil Abloh, connected to France through Louis Vuitton and his Off-White brand, dead on that day. And Kanye West connected to Virgil Abloh. Kanye West connected to however you say this brand, Balenciaga or whatever it is. So, and Kanye West talked about that on his Alex Jones thing. And again, 11/28, 47th triangular number, 47 on that date year after year, France 47. And again, Beast 47, and that day is 174 days after Kanye's birthday to go with Number of the Beast. So, and Kim Kardashian and Kanye are both attached to the story. So the same celebrities get brought in. And again, it's got people's minds focused on, expensive designer brands and child pornography. And for people who don't know about the gematria behind pornography, familiar numbers: pornography 153, 72, 144. Jesuit order 144, 153, 72. And in this case, it's child pornography, which also has the 72 in the same cipher as Jesuit order. So, and then Kim Kardashian's in there, who pretty much got famous off her porn video with Ray J. And then what was weird, I know something, and again, I was listening in the background to the whole Kanye West, Alex Jones, Nick Fuentes interview. Kanye West said the only black celebrity he supports is Ray J. And I was like, what? The guy who did the porn video with your wife? Okay, that's weird. The only black celebrity you support is Ray J. Okay. Man, things are weird in Hollywood, so. Anyhow. Yeah, if you guys are, if I'm wrong about you guys wanting to see the Idaho thing, I mean, I've seen like 3 people say go do it, but yeah, I'm just like, maybe people don't care when you get out and pound pavement. Maybe that just doesn't inspire people. I don't know what inspires people. It sucks, man. It's just like putting out good research every day, being on top of it. I don't know. I just don't know what inspires people. I watch all these trash content makers just get so much recognition and shares. It's just like, God, it's frustrating. I guess I need to learn to play the keyboard. To start saying N-word over and over on my video. Maybe then we'll get the big views and get the Kanye West shout out, and Alex Jones will have a song. I'm being facetious, you guys. I know that's not it either. It's because that clown's from Hollywood. But yeah, that's all it is, man. It's celebrity worship. People worship celebrities. Owen Benjamin comes from Hollywood, and that's the qualifier. And again, I mean, yeah, it's like they create these illusions that people can rise up from like Tim Pool, for example. Tim Pool's another part of the illusion. But yeah, I got to admit, man, I feel very stuck. I do appreciate all the people that are here, but we got to reach new people. And if we can't reach new people with the algorithm, what do? You go out in the streets, you still don't reach enough new people. So, Crow 777. Well, Crow 777 used to have me on all the time. When he started his podcast, I was his most featured guest. He asked me to come on like every week. I was probably on his show every other week. But yeah, I don't know. Crow 777 just seemingly cut me off. Like, it's been a while now. I mean, him and I probably haven't collaborated for 6 years. So, Crow 777 was the first person actually that had a little bit of a following. I mean, back then his channel probably had like 40,000 subs, but not bad. But he was like the first person on the tube with a following that probably gave the work a shout. But I am not sure why he cut me off. He does spell Crow with a double R, and his channel is 777. So when he did that, part of me thought, like, he must know something about Gematria, even though he's not sharing it with his audience. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened to Crow. He used to have me on a lot. Well, you know, I was even thinking about attractive women. I mean, we have some cute women in the community that make videos, and even they don't get the views they deserve. So I think we might just be doomed if we even mention this word. Just it automatically puts you in the algorithm hell. Yeah, I know. Everything has to be entertainment, which is kind of the problem, though, at the same time. It might be the way to reach more people, but it's sad that people only respond to entertainment. So, collab with Broach Sanchez. I've been on his platform twice to debate with him, and again, I mean, that guy. It's sad. I mean, that's the thing too. Like, he's never had his platform deleted because he's not a threat to anything. But that's not somebody that I want to be collaborating with. To me, that'd be guilt by association. I don't want to be associated with Bro Sanchez. Bro Sanchez, man. Talk about a joke. Talk about a joke. So, if you haven't seen our debates, you'll understand why I say he's a joke if you go back and watch the debates. You know. Perfectly debunked flat earth, and then he said, oh, no, I'm not going to recognize that argument. We don't need to talk about the stars to talk about the shape of the earth. I said, well, that's what proves the shape of the earth. And then I brought up Gematria, and they said, no, we're not talking about Gematria on this show. We're not talking about that either. So I was like, this guy's a clown. Crypto billionaire who died in Puerto Rico. I don't know about this story. Let me see. Brock Pierce. Well, that's buying a hotel. Nothing came up under that search. Crypto. I see about a crypto billionaire buying real estate down there. I don't know who died, though. Maybe look into Brock Pierce since... Well, that's a while back, though. Oh, here we go. All right, hold on. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these crypto sudden deaths are just, you know, propped up faces for these fraudulent electronic money schemes to siphon wealth from the public. By the way, Ezra, if you're out there, I know your name's not crypto millionaire anymore, but again, we haven't heard from Ezra for over a year. And again, if you can rewind the tape, my prediction was dead on that crypto had reached its pinnacle with Bitcoin and would be going down. And he said I was wrong and it would never go below $50 again. And we haven't heard from him since because, again, I was proven right. But let's see. News of the deaths of two major cryptocurrency CEOs in 1 week has fueled a spate of conspiratorial claims and narratives purporting sinister links between their passing and that of other billionaires and multimillionaires from the industry over the years. Tien Colander and Indian name, or maybe it's Russian, Vyacheslav Taran, who both died within the past fortnight, had fortunes estimated to be worth billions of dollars and are now at the center of new conspiracy narratives on social media, despite limited to no evidence that either died as the result of a plot against them or other foul play. It follows only a month after millionaire cryptocurrency developer Nikolai Mushkin, 29, drowned in Puerto Rico. Okay, must be the one you're talking about. Well, do we have a birthday on him? Let's see. He doesn't have a Wikipedia page. Found dead on October 28th, so old Bill Gates' birthday. That is the day, leaving 64 days left in the year. We know kills 64. But let me see if I can find his date of birth. Looks a little bit like the FTX guy. My guess is they're both businessmen, if you know what I mean. Let's see. Word on the street is intelligence agencies were coming to assassinate him. Okay, where's that information come from? Conspiracy theories have been fueled online and in Puerto Rico's tight-knit cryptocurrency community following the news of Mushkin's death, his latest tweet, and other summer posts. Yeah, I don't know. There's not a lot of information on him. His date of birth isn't out there, so usually that's a big part of the death ritual. But that is an interesting day to die. There's always something funky on Bill Gates' birthday. Again, the day leaving 64 days left in the year. Kill. Spaces on the chessboard. So his name's got the old 78 in it, like Jesuit. Okay. Shout out to Jeremy White. Jeremy White's got the correct pronunciation. So, SBF founder's father, born on the Jesuit birthday, August 15th. Go figure. Thank you, BK's loved one. He says, have you looked into Kanye accusing b-ball player Chris Paul of sleeping with Kim? Span of 177 days after his birthday. Chris born on 5/6. I didn't, but you might have figured out why it was like that. And again, remember, Chris Paul's grandpa died the day after he signed with Wake Forest. So, the Demon Deacons. Do you guys think I should call the ADL? I actually want to call the ADL to check up on how to avert the hate speech that I get taken down for when... Yeah, because again, I'm a little bit annoyed that I recently got suspended for saying that it was wrong for Kanye West to blame all Jews when that's not fair, and then the video got taken down for hate speech, and I thought, that's weird. So... Okay. Let me see. I can call the local ADL branch. Let's try it out. Let's see what the local ADL's got for me.
Thank you for calling ADL's Pacific Northwest Regional Office serving Alaska, Idaho, Montana, Oregon, and Washington. Our normal business hours are from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., Monday through Thursday, and from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Friday. We are currently working remotely, but frequently checking our voicemails. If you know your party's 5-digit extension, you may dial it now. To report a hate incident or learn more about local programs, press 1 for Stephen Paolini. To reach our Regional Director, Mary Cypers, press 2. For all other inquiries, press 3. To return to the previous menu
see if we can get this lady on the line.
You have reached Mary Cypers. Please record a message after the tone.
I'd rather get them live, but that's too bad. So they're not taking calls on Friday anymore. Maybe New York. Let's see what's going on in New York. Let's try it out. Hopefully they're not on the same schedule.
Thank you for contacting ADL. If you need to report an anti-Semitic or hate incident, please submit a report online at www.adl.org/reportincident, and someone will respond. If you are in an urgent or emergency situation, please hang up and contact your local law enforcement or 911. To make a donation, or if you have a question about a donation you have made, please press 1. For all other inquiries, please press 3. Thank you.
Thank you for contacting ADL. We are not able to answer your call. Please leave a message and we will get back to you as soon.
Well, that's disappointing. All right, we'll call the ADL another day. Looks like Friday is not the right day to call the ADL anymore, so I'll come up with a good list of questions for them. Shoot. Oh, trust me, my call would have been totally appropriate. Yeah, that we have done some streams calling a bunch of ADL offices before, but it's not going to happen today. They're not open. All right, well, I'll keep stirring on the idea of going to University of Idaho tomorrow. But yeah, it was funny because I've been waiting for Dane Calloway to get back, and he called me up last night and said he wanted to do the recording today, and he wants to do it around 1 p.m. my time, so that's in about an hour. So we'll do that because he has a big following. He's got over 1 million people following him, so that might bring in some new people. But yeah, I got to figure out a way on my own. I am planning on for the start of next year to start getting the audio podcast out there. I know Jeremy White gave me the good tip on where you can upload, and it puts it out on a bunch of podcast platforms. But I think I'm going to start that for the new year. But yeah, it sucks, this censorship, man. It sucks that you really. It's just obvious that not reaching new people, you know. And the problem with just reaching the same people is certain people just burn out. You know, they're here for a period of time, but then they're like, it's just, people can only stay with the topic for so long. They move on, unfortunately. So, anyway, keep doing the work. We just got to figure out how to be more effective because YouTube really, we're not reaching new people. Not enough new people. All right, if you got here late, yeah, feel free to hit the rewind. Before I sign off here, let me make sure there's not any breaking news. Europe agrees to cap the price of Russian oil at $60 a barrel. I'm sure there's something behind it, but Robert Downey Jr. pays tribute to his late dad. Police give update in killing of Migos rapper Takeoff. I mean, just the fact that people still think politics are real. I mean, just the candidates they got. Fetterman, who won in Pennsylvania after his, what do you call it, stroke, and then he can't even like speak or answer questions. It's just like, come on, man. Herschel Walker, come on, man. What they did with Herschel Walker on the anniversary of George Herbert Walker's death, with him talking about how he's living in Texas, like, why would you do that? How's that going to help you? By the way, 263,000 new jobs in November, you guys. The 56th prime, 263. That news comes on the date with 56 numerology today. Oh, that's everything about Kanye getting banned today. Remember, Kanye equals 56 forward, 79 in reverse, just like Society of Jesus. And he was all about Jesus. Yes. I mean, did you hear Kanye on his Alex Jones interview? Everything's Jesus, but then he'd say, honestly, I don't really know that much about Bible. I'm a Christian baby. My understanding of Christianity is infancy, but it's all about Jesus. It's just like, what is this? So you're admitting that you know almost nothing about the Bible or Christianity, but you're all about Jesus. I mean, what is this? Again, all of you Jesus people, I'd encourage you to think about why every major fraud in this world, especially every politician, is all about Jesus. Why are all these rappers putting out like the most negative message ever and wearing their Jesus piece? Why is it when I'm in Buffalo, everyone's receptive to the work except for the woman who said that she's there and doesn't want to be interrupted because the time is now to communicate with Jesus? Well, it's like, you don't appreciate the person who's been, who predicted that this would happen on this day, and the person who's been trying to stop this forever. You're more into fictional Jesus, who's never shown his face to anyone, whose face isn't even described anywhere, not even in their own book about him. Again, I mean, it's sad that people can't see through the whole religious thing and how it's part of the power structure. It's pathetic, really. That's why I don't like Zach. I only watch people like faceless other people like Russian vids and a call for an uprising. Exactly. Again, it's just, oh man. And that's the thing too. I mean, you could just say you're about Jesus and have nothing that's like demonstrates the behavior that you're supposed to have as a Christian, but just say you're about Jesus, and then people, it's maddening, man. It's like a call for an uprising. What Christian is still following that guy? That guy literally uploaded a video about how he wanted to murder me and bathe in my blood. Does somebody Christian say something like that? That sounds like something out of a satanic horror film, Russian vid just makes up bullshit all day under a false name and a faceless voice. Just talks bullshit all day, slanders people all day, makes up stories about them. Well, where's that teaching in the Bible? Jesus said go out and slander people and make up stuff about them because you're jealous. I don't remember that one in the New Testament. Anyway. For the person asking what do I think about collaborating with Bro Sanchez, I just responded when you wrote it the last time. Did you hear? I said, that's not somebody I'd want to collaborate with. I don't like to be associated with people that I would consider to be morons. I've debated him twice, and he looked really dumb in both debates. And then he didn't want to talk about things that were factual and he even tried to make fun of Gematria, and I was just like, okay. I'm not going to be on a platform with a moron making fun of something that's relevant and worth knowing while they talk about the shape of the earth because they have no concept of mathematics or reality. So You guys got it. What about RFG? Again, the only reason that guy anybody even knows his acronym is because he copied my pick for Super Bowl 50, and then he tried to slander me too. Talk about a major fraud. And I mean, the guy's just a complete clown, too. Every time we nail a sports prediction, he goes on and does a live stream about how we didn't predict it when we did. It's just like, just another jealous loser riding on my coattails. That's who RFG is. So, all right, anyway, got to get back to work. There's always more to work on. And, yeah, again, Dane Calloway, I'll find out when he puts out the video, but we're going to do the recording in about an hour. And we'll see what happens. So, yeah, I wish somebody would. I wish there was like a person out there who was worthy of the debate. They would step up and try to debate me. I don't think you're going to see anybody beat me in a debate. I don't think you're going to see. Somebody just sent me a text message and said, start posting on Rockfin. Well, the problem with Rockfin is then people have to pay to watch the video. So, the only content that I monetize is what I put on the Patreon. And the only reason that I put a small price on it is because people are using that content to make money. So, to give a small $5 a month donation for literally what takes me to do over 100 hours of work each month, I mean, it's not much of a contribution. But yeah, I don't really want to put a price tag on any other of the work I'm putting out. So, Dane Calloway will not be live because he said he doesn't do anything live anymore because it was getting his channel messed up. So, and he does edit the work. And he did say to me, he's like, no, Zach, I'm probably going to have to edit out a few things. So I appreciate he's upfront about that. But, I mean, he's authentic, He's trying to put out information, but he says at the end of the day, I got 5 children and a wife, and I got to pay the bills, and this is how I make my living. And that's got to be expensive, especially as much as food costs now. So there are certain things you can't say, and that's why he's doing things the way he's doing it. So, hold on. Lawful Shepherd said he sent a CashApp. Is your name Logan? Hold up. I will read it. $2 for Jalen Kitna child porn story. Okay. $2. Before long, we'll be where we need to be. Jalen Kitna. Okay. Florida QB Jalen Kitna leaves jail as child porn details emerge. So it looks like problem with a lot of college football players is their birthdays aren't out there either, so it's hard to do proper decodes on them. Let me see if on College Football Reference if they have his birthday there. Oh, his dad's John Kitna, so his dad was in the NFL, okay. So he's the son of NFL player John Kitna. So today he gets cut by the team on 12/2. The one thing I could say about today, 122, is that number connects to the National Football League. And he's from Tacoma, which is on the 122nd meridian. As we know, satanic equals 122, just like San Francisco, where the Satanic Church was established on the 122nd meridian as well. Here, I'm going to measure from his dad's birthday because I don't have his own birthday. I'm just going to see if maybe it's relaying through the parent. His dad is obviously more famous. It's 72 days after his dad's birthday. It's child pornography. Oh, didn't we just talk about this earlier? I know earlier I showed that it was the Gematria child pornography. I know I showed that it was 72. Child pornography, 72. So the father, it's 72 days after his birthday. And his dad's also born in 72. And the word pornography alone is also 72. That's the best I can do for now. Jalen Kitna. See if there's anything in his name that goes with right now. I don't see anything there with his name. But I do see how he is his father's legacy, and it does seem to be synced up with dad. So that's what I got for now. Appreciate the $2 donation. I got to start charging lawyer rates for Gematria decodes. Imagine if I was a doctor. You ever gone to the doctor and they look at you for like 2 seconds and then you go to the office and they give you a bill for like $600 and you're like, what? He looked at me and said I was fine. $600? Come on, man. Highway robbery. That's why I don't go to the doctor. If I was a doctor, that decode would have just cost you $600, not $2. Thank you, Rashonda. She chipped in 3. And Eloy Garcia also chipped in 5. I appreciate it. So. Okay. V Salter says, jackpot tonight. Is anyone hitting? I've never used the knowledge for the lottery. I've shown how they code the number into 113 into a lot of big lottery winners, the number of deception from the Talmud, but I've never made any predictions for the lottery. So, yeah, that's true. Simon Dan, he kind of escaped the debate. Yeah, that probably would have been the best debate today. And then, the other guy, Professor Dave Explains, I made a nice video complimenting him and challenging him to a debate based on something he said. And I showed a quick clip of his video. And then I got a strike and was suspended for a week for copyright. That's the thing that annoys me about YouTube. It's like, how come people can use my videos like slandering me, and I upload a video about him and complimenting him and saying, hey, let's have a debate on this subject, and he files a copyright and I get suspended for a week? It's just like, I don't get how this works. Is it because he's Jewish? If it's a Jewish CEO and you're Jewish, then people can't use your content? Or how does it work? I think that's a fair question. Yeah, I always open up the line for people who talk all the trash and they don't want to debate. So they just want to be trolls in the comments. Aaron Rodgers, well, remember his full name equals 201, and he plays in Green Bay, which was pretty much the town founded by the Jesuit Vince Lombardi, who died unexpectedly at Jesuit Georgetown. So Aaron Charles Rodgers, 201 like the Jesuit order. He's from the very Jesuit Bay Area. His birthday is 12/2. Again, I would expect, instead of reading that comment, instead of you asking me that after what what was it, 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago? Did I not just talk about how San Francisco equals 122, National Football League's 122, San Francisco's on the 122nd meridian? That's where he's from. He's from the Bay Area. And again, he's got the perfect birthday. He's got the perfect birthday for the old National Football League. So, just like Alexander Emmerich Jones' name is 122, and he's filing bankruptcy today. So, Aaron Charles Rodgers. Remember last year, he became public enemy number 1 on November 5th, the day leaving 56 days left in the year, when he went against coronavirus and the COVID vaccine, and since then, he's been doing terrible, you know. Remember last year, in the opening week of the NFL season, every quarterback who had a national story about not getting vaccinated lost in week 1? Aaron Charles Rodgers, the story hadn't come out yet. His came out later in the year. They said he lied. Oh, he acted like he was vaccinated when he wasn't. So. Thank you, Truth Matters 222. I appreciate it. Will Too Wise. Send me a message on the new GematriaEffectNews platform. I'll be looking for it. freetofindtruth.com, or on your smartphone, download the Mighty Networks app and search GematriaEffectNews. But yeah, come on here and send me a message, and we'll have a conversation. Yeah, that's where the stream started. He filed for bankruptcy today was the headline. The Euphrates River dried up. I'm sure that fits in with their whole climate change ordeal. Probably making sure the area stays extra dry. Have I heard of Weed Day 420? Man. Logan Patrick. Okay, just for some reason it gave me another notification. Thank you, Clarence. Shout out to Clarence. And I hope I don't say your name wrong, but I believe it's Osanachi. Thank you, Osanachi. Oh, snap. It's OA. I know you by those 2 letters. What's up, OA? Yeah. Of course, I've heard of Weed Day 420. And you know, just to show you something, again, that started in California. Here, I'll show you something interesting about 420 and its origins in California. Check this out. Well, this is an old post. That's not actually the one I want. Oh, come on. Come on. I hate when it doesn't pull up things in the order I would expect them to. Here, I'll just do it this way. This is easier. Okay, if you write out 420, it equals 88 in the most pure cipher. If you write out marijuana, it's 88 in the most simple cipher, just like California. See that? See how the numbers go together? And I think it's on my old site. California, from the day they voted to the day they opened up their first dispensaries, it was 420 days later. Yeah. January 1st, 2018, 420 days from the vote for legalization. See how they do it? The vote for it was November 8, 2016, 420 days later. That was the same day that was the election that Trump won. Yeah, and again, at 420 is Hitler's birthday, and Adolf Hitler is 110 and 56, like his supposed age of death, and 187 like Society of Jesus, and 61 like Jesus. And as Kanye pointed out, you know, Hitler was all about Jesus, and he was bankrolled by the Society of Jesus. But president, 110. You know, Adolf Hitler born on the 110th day of the year, April 20th. Suicide at 56, so they say. They legalized shrooms in Oregon, which has the largest mushroom network in the world, but they're now trying to make it illegal again, which is just... They had this mayor in Oregon of this small town talking about how he doesn't think they should be legal because he, from what he understands, they can cause people to do crazy things. And then in the interview, somebody asked him if he's ever done them, and he said he hadn't. And it's just like, I mean, what's more annoying than people having opinions about things that they have no personal experience with? It's so annoying. Shout out to the person on PayPal who just sent $3 and said they have the link to the re-upload of the video from outside the bookstore. Feel free to upload yours. Oh, wait, it's Richard Quinn. Shout out to Richard Quinn. So are you saying it's on your YouTube channel? Hold on. Richard Quinn. Okay, you must have it somewhere else. Because, like, how is YouTube letting you keep it up? Well, that's from the year before, not New York. We'll figure it out. Thanks, Richard, wherever you have it uploaded. Yeah. Young Dolph died 201 days after Adolf Hitler's death anniversary. Check this out. And again, he posted on the 201st day of the year that you got to make sacrifices to make money for your family. So Adolf died April 30th. So from his death anniversary to young Dolph's death last year, November 17th, 2021, 201 days later. And for people who don't know this, Adolf Hitler's actual birth name is Adolphus Hitler on his birth certificate, which is also 201. If you look up the old Adolf birth certificate, you'll see his name is Adolphus Hitler. And, you know, young Dolph, he had the Bulletproof album after surviving the shooting on the 56th day of the year, and then dies in the big Jesuit ritual, synced up with Adolf, who supposedly died at age 56. Well, you can try out the Wayback Machine and see if it pulls up like my old posts on 612 and mass shootings. I don't think it works once they delete it. I think it even takes it out of the Wayback Machine. Yeah, my Patreon always goes way down at the beginning of every month because not everyone is on the thing to stay subscribed. So it went down to about 4,000 people. Thank you to everyone who does do the monthly. I appreciate all the people that click and just stay subscribed each month because it's nice to just see that it stays there. I understand some people can't do that, and that's fine. Thank you for the people who even support it for 1 month. But yeah, it went down to 4,000, and like I said, if it gets back up to 6,000 where it was at the beginning of the year before we pounded pavement all over, I will go down to LA for the Kobe death anniversary. But if not, I am going to go down for the Kobe death anniversary later in the year on Kobe Bryant Day. Because we got to do LA. So, and also Allie's going to be out here at that time, and she has filmmaking skills. So I mean, just having her around will be helpful because she's good at recording and having the audio set up, and she can make a cool little documentary out of it. So if I can only do one trip to LA this year, it'll be when she's out here because she's got the skills. And But I would like to do both, so just see if people... Again, I think the reason, though, that it's going down is because, again, I'm not reaching new people, and the people who've been around, some people, I think they give up. They're like, yeah, Zach's doing a good job, but this world ain't changing. So that's why you always got to be bringing in new people for all the people who fall off the wagon. That's just part of the thing, man. There's been so many people who've come and helped out the community and then left because they just got burned out. They decided the world wasn't going to change, and they just wanted to go back into the Matrix, like in the movie. The one guy who's like, I just want to go back in the Matrix and eat a steak. That happens to people. So, problem is, I don't want any steaks, and I don't want to go back in the Matrix. But I do get frustrated of this work getting slept on. I mean, the hardest thing for me, you guys, is it's 6 years later, and there's just way less traffic. I mean, that's frustrating to be 6 years further into it, to be much more advanced in the research. The quality of everything is better, but then not getting the results. That is majorly frustrating. So, yeah, I get that. Changing one mind is a big feat. We've changed a lot of minds, but again, I mean, ultimately the problem is the world is getting worse. And it's seemingly becoming more difficult to connect with the people you need to connect with. And I mean, there are still a lot of ideas out there. There's a lot of different things that can be done that haven't been done yet. The children's book idea, when I'm finished with that, maybe it'll be a hit. Who knows? Maybe we end up doing a Gematria documentary in the future. Well, there's going to be one whenever Craig finishes the Oklahoma City one, but I do appreciate that Craig's making it. It's just, it was supposed to be done in May, and then it was supposed to be done in June, and then July, and then August, and it was going to be done September 1st for sure before we did 9/11, and now it's December, and it still isn't done, so... at this point, it's like, man, we might as well just release the thing on the anniversary of the Oklahoma City thing, so... Truly undeniable said... Aren't you the same guy that keeps asking the same questions over and over about, let's see. I see you asked Shauna a question. What am I supposed to scroll up through 5,000 things? R.I.P. Messi? Again, if you wanted to, keep spamming the question until I see it. I don't see what your question is. I don't understand the comment. I mean, not accepting that this is a lost cause is simply not understanding history, thus knowing that we lost. I don't know what that means. All I know is it wasn't always this way. It wasn't always this way, which means it doesn't always have to be this way. So, thanks, Brovo Kid. Personal ascension is the only thing that matters. You know what I would say that statement is, True Gematria? I would say you should definitely sign up for the Church of Satan, because I think that statement is right in line with the satanic values. Again, a lot of people get scared of the Church of Satan, but I'd say most people pretty much belong in the Church of Satan. If you look at the tenets of the Church of Satan, it would describe the average American, because it's all about you. It's all about you. That's what the Church of Satan's all about. You are the most important thing. It's actually not that Satan's the most important thing, it's that you're the most important thing. Don't worry about other things, worry about you. So when you write personal ascension is the only thing that matters, that perfectly fits with the tenet of Satanism, where all that matters is you. Personal. So congratulations, True Gematria. You are an official member of the Church of Satan, whether you realize it or not. Congratulations. Yeah, I just listening to the Kanye thing on Alex Jones is just so annoying. I hate being right. I can't tell you how many people have said I'm wrong. You're wrong about Owen Benjamin. You're wrong about Nick Fuentes. You're wrong about Alex Jones. I'm like, they're all in the club, you guys. And look, they all circle jerk each other on the show. That's the club. Why aren't they? Why are all of them making fun of Gematria? Why are they all making fun of it? Because it would expose them and who controls them. Well, will I ever teach again? I feel like every day I'm teaching. You know, will I teach in a classroom again? maybe shout out to Brian Williams. Thank you for the Cash App. $5. I appreciate it. I think what I'm going to do on my website, I think I'm just going to make it so that actually it won't work because people, sorry guys, part of the reason I hardly respond to any emails is because people just spam it all day with trash. But I wish I did just have a spot where if people wanted to debate me and set up debates, I like debating. I wish every day I could come on here and debate somebody else about, give me the topic, we'll debate. Unless I don't know anything about the topic, I'll say, never mind, I'm not the right person to debate for that. But okay, True Gematria. Again, True Gematria, we already established what you are. You're a perfect member of the Church of Satan. All that matters is you. So, if you didn't know that about yourself, now you do. Congratulations. If you doubt what I'm saying, go look up the tenets of Satanism. You'll see. You'll be like, oh yeah, that's exactly what it says. All that matters is me. Yeah, it just annoys me that people can't figure out who's in the club. I know they got banned on YouTube, but before they got banned, they made a ton of money on the platform, and they were promoted in the algorithm. And in a time when everybody else was suppressed, Owen Benjamin got in the game late after everybody had already been banned and deleted. It's like when the path was cleared for him. Then he came out, and you go in his thing, and he's got like $5 gazillion in super chats, and he's just playing his keyboard, calling everybody an N. They're like, he's not racist, he's just saying it to be funny. Well, what's up, Rich?
I'm a few minutes behind on the stream, but you were just looking on my YouTube channel.
Uh-huh.
I heard you say last night on your video that they took down your footage from New York. So I texted you on your...
You know what footage I'm talking about, right? The footage from in front of the bookstore.
Yeah, I sent the video link to your text.
You texted it to me. Oh. Let me see. Let me see. I'm going there right now. Oh, it's on Facebook.
Yeah, it's a Facebook link. Yeah, but it's got the whole speech.
Okay, yeah, that looks right. Nice.
Yeah, I figured you might want that since they took it down. You could re-upload it somewhere or whatever you want to do with it.
Okay.
Facebook doesn't seem to take things down like YouTube does. I mean, don't get me wrong, Facebook takes down posts or if you say certain words, but all my content that I've ever shared of your work has always stuck on Facebook, so...
Yeah, Facebook used to be good for me when I put content because back in the day when I posted on Facebook, it always had like 500 likes, a bunch of reshares. Now it has like 2 likes. That's what's annoying too. It's like, why does everything suck now? It's got two people like this video now. What happened 3 years ago? It had 500 likes.
What they do, Zach, is they keep the content up, but they just control how many people see it.
Somehow so Jeff Young sees it all though.
You have to work hard yourself and send it into individual people and stuff like that. So that's what I do every day is just show people. Like, I'll hand them my phone, here, listen to this video. Me and my cousin were up for a few hours last night, and I just told him, I went through the whole list of stuff I always show people, and so there's another person that learned. But I couldn't just count on just sending him the links. I had to show it to him myself, so.
Nice. Is that how it was filmed, though? This might be a different filming of it. Is this your own personal filming?
I'm sorry? You'll ask again?
Did you film this? I don't remember being filmed this way, like a cell phone.
Yes, I filmed it, but I think sometime Fake Mike Real News might have been holding my phone at some point.
Okay, because it's not the exact same video, but it is from that day at the thing. So okay,
yeah, it's just a different view, is all it is.
Okay.
But it's got you and then Fake Mike, and then I got on the mic for a minute, and it's got the whole speech.
Okay.
I was actually proud of that video because I don't usually, I get 50 or 100 reactions or something. I get my little reactions, but that one got like 270 shares and, 300 likes and hundreds of comments, and I was very proud of that.
Nice. Okay, nice.
I think a lot of people saw that speech from the bookstore, and we need to keep on having people see it. And while I have you on here, did you get a chance to see my Twitter message?
You mean read it on this stream?
No. It's just private.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's just for you. It's for you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out.
Do you know how to get to the Twitter inbox? I know you don't.
I got it pulled up. Yeah, I see it.
All right. Yeah, just when you get a chance, if you could read the last few messages, that'd be great. And I just wanted you to know, when I send you stuff, Zach, I never know if you see it or not. So I wanted to make sure today you knew you have a copy of New York City. So
cool. All right. Appreciate it, Rich. Thank you.
Sure. See you later.
All right. Take care, man. Okay, so True Gematria writes, anything post-Abrahamic faiths is exoteric, malpractice. True spirituality is esoteric, like Eastern spirituality and Kemetic spirituality. Again, you can make claims like that all day long. It's just going to be your opinion. Again, I really think the only spiritual teaching that matters is the same one that's pretty much taught in every spirituality, the golden rule. Treat other people the way you want to be treated. Just imagine if everybody observed that rule. If everybody treated everybody the way they wanted to be treated, the world would pretty much be a good place. Unless you met somebody who likes to be treated horribly, I guess. But I don't think anybody really likes to be treated horribly. There might be people who've learned that that's just what normal feels like, so they like being miserable because their whole existence has been miserable because from the day they were born, they were abused and beaten and God knows what else. But, yeah, I really do think that the only real spiritual teaching that matters is the golden rule. So, yeah, golden rule does equal 113. And interestingly enough, in Francis Bacon Gematria, so does the word truth. But again, remember, all things are dualistic. So again, I don't know how anyone could argue that the golden rule is not the rule to live by. Okay, True Gematria, but again, you just said all that matters is like what you're doing for yourself. And anyway, I gotta get off because the Dane Calloway thing's in about 20 minutes. So I have to eat a little bit of food before I do that because I have not eaten yet today, and that interview could go a while. But thank you again for everyone who tuned in, and I'll keep you posted on the University of Idaho thing. I'm torn on doing it. Like, I want to do it for the sake of the students, but God, if the campus is abandoned and if I had the audio equipment already, I would definitely do it. I feel like that's the thing to get enough people to hear to make it worth it. I think if I just go there and hand out pieces of paper and just walk up to strangers, I don't see, well, I mean, you might, I guess you could impact a few people, but again, my goal is to, like, get lots of people to wake up to it, not just a few people. All right, thank all of you guys as well. Thanks, Shark. Thanks, Rick. You guys have a good day too. And I'll keep you posted on when the Dane Calloway information goes up and where it goes up. So we'll leave it there for now, True Seeker. Till next time.